So we should be recording, and we're coming on, so we're going to have about 5 minutes of warm up. And so you get yourself set up, and I think everybody can see me pretty well, right? Yes? Yeah? Okay, so here's my bed. All of you from YouTube, welcome. And my regular class, some days you don't want to get out of bed. If that's the case, then you're going to do a lot of stuff just in the bed. We're going to get warmed up right now, and then we're going to go from either a bed or a couch or the floor. So if you're in a situation, so you're just going to step forward and push your hands down. See that? So I'm just going to step forward. I'm going to do some rotationals. So if you were in that situation where you maybe overextended, you just don't feel too good today, everybody coming on, hi there. I'm gonna do a lot of work from the bed. So I'm gonna put on the YouTube heading, I'm gonna put mobility training when you don't wanna get out of bed. And so I'm gonna do a lot of the stuff today either from a couch, if you're set up in a living room or something like that, then of course you can use a couch or you can use a chair or the floor. So if you're typical and you're good to go to get into the floor, good, do that. But I'm going to show you some moves that you can do straight from your bed, okay? So I'm dropping in. So this is going to be, a lot of people have told me that Wednesdays are their hardest day, because it's mobility. It's really training mobility, moving in different realms, but moving carefully. So again, you can do a lot of the moves from your bed, or if you can get in the floor, then you'll do it in the floor, okay? Now then, we've stepped forward, we've dropped the hands, and as you step forward, what I want you to start thinking about as you're doing this little gentle warm-up is when you step forward, see, I don't go out over my knee. So when I step forward, I'm back and I bend my knee. And the back leg is, the back foot is pretty straight. The front leg is bent, but I don't go like this. See, I don't go like this. This knee stays back, okay? And my shoulders drop down. Now, after you've done a succession of those moves, what you're going to do is, again, step forward, but you're going to turn now. And see, if you were not wanting to get out of bed, you could do some turning actions. All right? So you're going to step forward with one leg, then the opposite leg. See that? And I'm just dropping my shoulders, dropping my chin. Hi, everybody coming on. This is our typical Wednesday. However, you will notice I have my bed here. Normally, it's a Murphy bed that I'm doing on location here. Pretend you're in a hotel, motel room, on vacation, in your fifth wheel, doing whatever, and you just don't have a lot of room. And by the way, you don't feel like getting out of bed. Okay? So if you're ever in that situation, this is the workout you want to pull up. So you're saying, well, you're standing, you're doing this. But see, if I was keep doing it. But if I was laying down, this is what I would be doing. See, I would be stepping forward, rotating this way, stepping forward, rotating this way. See that? So you're standing and doing this motion. I'm on the bed doing this motion. I'm still stepping forward. My tummy is tight and it's rotated down. And I'm stepping forward. And I'm outstretching my hand right there like that. See that? And I just keep doing that until I start feeling a little better in my back. Okay? So if you're in the bed, that's what you're doing. If you're standing, this is what you're doing. See that? So I'm getting some of the same movement patterns, but I'm in fact laying in my bed. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. Yeah, so you get the idea for the workout, all right? Then I'm going to just approach my bed right here, or my couch, or my trusty kitchen chair, just like normal. So if you have a bed, fine. You're going to be stepping right there. Okay? Stepping right there. All right? If you're doing this with a chair, kitchen chair, of course, you're just coming like this. Now we're going to start doing some rotations through the shoulders. So when I go up with my foot, get your balance. Bring the tea towel under that leg. And when you come up, your thumbs are pointing down. Okay? Then I come back under, thumbs are pointing down. And I'm starting to feel load in the leg, in the hip that's on the floor. All right? And again, take big breaths, keep doing that. Do a couple more on one leg. You should feel load here. But if I were in the bed, see, I would be right here like this. I would raise this leg off the ground a little bit. I would bring my knee up and go under and over. Turn the thumbs down. Under and over. And I would have my head flat down if I can. If I need to put a pillow under my head, I can put a pillow under my head. Okay, and then I change. So now change. So you're changing. If you're standing, you're going to put the other leg up. Thumbs are down. Under, thumbs are down. And we're going to do this under the leg with the tea towel thing, 10, 12 times, even up to 20 times, because this is our warm-up. All right? So I've had a lot of people, I'm going to reiterate, tell me that Wednesdays really are a hard day for them. And it's because this is a mobility training, okay? We are working in all kinds of realms. Now, right now, as you're passing the tea towel under your leg, and you're either using your bed or you're using your kitchen chair, see, I'm on my kitchen chair or my bed, or if it's a day you didn't want to get out of bed, now you've switched, okay? Now, you're bringing this leg here, and this leg is under, and my thumbs are down. And I can put a pillow under my head or not. Of course, I would rather you have your head flat, but some people cannot. Okay, I'm going to keep this leg up, keep my thumbs down as I pass that tea towel under. See, this leg is up right here, the one that's straight, and the other one is bent, just like if I were standing with some of you and you're going under here. Now, if you've done this whole time that I showed you down on the bed, on the chair, or on the standing or lying, you're starting to feel load here, and you've started to bring your shoulders up. Keep your shoulders down while your thumbs are down. Now rotate them, and you're up here. Okay? Big breath. Yes? Big breath. Now I'm going to just cross over midline. See that? And I'm going to turn. And I'm going to go behind my back with my tea towel. See that? Just like I'm drying my back. See that? Okay? And what have I done? I've crossed over. Let's say I don't feel like getting out of bed. Okay. You're in the bed. See this? Just cross one leg over the other one and keep it up. Put your head down, just like that, and just rotate back and forth. And you see, you keep your leg up here. See, I've crossed over, and I'm keeping my tummy super tight. And after I get finished with one, I cross over with the other, but I don't put it down. I keep it up here. And at the same time, I drop my shoulders, and I rotate from side to side. You engage your tummy muscles, and you keep this leg straight right here. And you might do this 3 or 4 times where you're crossing over, and you're just keeping your thumbs down. But you're rotating through your shoulders, you're tightening your tummy, you're keeping this leg up. So I can either do it laying in the bed, or I can do it standing up. So if you don't want to load, let's say, again, something's wrong with your back, you just, don't feel like getting out of bed, you can do this whole thing laying in your bed. Isn't that a novel thought? Okay, see how I'm rotating? And I can go side to side, or I can go back here when I'm standing. See that? Then I'm going to come back. Take a big deep breath. So I've gone over midline. I've rotated my shoulders back and forth. Or if I'm laying in the bed, I'm rotating and I'm putting pressure on the supporting leg here. But if you're in the bed, you're holding your leg up. All right? And anytime you want to do this, of course, with the YouTube channel, you don't have to worry about it. But you just take your camera off. That's perfectly fine. All right. Big breath. Yes. I'm going to put this down on the bed so I can have it there. I'm going to use my chair or the bed to get down in the floor. If you don't want to get in the floor, that's fine. You're going to do it against a wall if you're not set up to get in the floor, or you're going to be in the bed. Okay? So I'm just going to come here. I'm going to do a split stance. See that? I got the bed in front of me, or if I'm using my kitchen chair like you are, like you're set up for, I'm going to use my chair. My leg is way back here, and I'm going to rotate and bend that knee down and just lightly put my hands on the chair. But if I'm here with a bed or a couch, I'm going to come like this. See that? And I rolled out of bed now, and then I'm going to bring my leg back. Then I'm going to bring my leg forward. So I'm going to do that a couple times. You can be on the ground here. See this? Pressing, pressing. See this? Yeah. So you're just going to go back and forth. See that shifting? Bring this leg up and bring it back. Bring it up. Bring it back. And again, if you were laying in the bed, let's say you didn't want to get out of bed. You didn't want to get down on the floor. If you're in the floor doing this, you're going to continue this. You're putting gentle pressure on the bed or on your chair. You're changing pressures, changing pressures, changing pressures. But if you were in the bed and you didn't want to get out of bed, you're going to bring that knee into a full bend like this, all the way down, like that, and this change. See this? This is a great move to do anytime. Let's say you're not going to do the whole class. This is a great move to do anytime to warm up your back muscles. So what I want you to see about this is if you're in the floor now with me and you're doing this or on the bed, you do not take both legs off the bed at the same time. Because if you're having a back problem, then that is not something that you want to do. But you see, I'm going to do this repeatedly, and I'm going to pull that knee right in to the shoulder as far as I can, as I keep my tummy just a little bit tight. So I'm going to keep doing that. And those of you that were doing it here, see how I'm changing? I'm doing some of the same knee positions, body positions, as I did laying in the bed, okay? And again, if you want to go down on the floor, you can do it all down on the floor. Perfectly fine. Okay, so once I've done that several times, like I'm going to say up to 10 or 2 sets of 10 times, then I'm going to I'm going to pretend I'm in the bed, but I'm going to get in the floor. If you want to go to the bed, go to the floor. Go to the bed. But I'm down on the floor with some of you. Some of you don't want to be. So you go against the wall, or again, you get on the bed. So here I am on the floor. I could be on all fours, and I could just bring my hand right up here. See that? And I'm going to bring my hand right up here. I'm going to keep both knees down right now. Both knees are on the floor. I'm going to bring my hand up so that it's coming right out through the shoulder. I'm going to tighten in my tummy. Bring my hand out so it's right at the shoulder level, patting a chair or the bed. I'm on all fours. I can do this either standing against the wall, and whenever that you put your hand up, you keep your chin tucked and you keep your elbow soft, okay? Now, after I've done my arms here gently, couple of times, and for some people with shoulder issues, this is a big deal. Shifting weight, putting it into the hand, putting it into the hand, and see, you can do this on four. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. If you're on the floor, you can do it up here, bend, and just come like this, press like this. So if I had a shoulder issue really badly, I would not do both of them ever at the same time. You come up one at a time. So I'm showing you 3 different ways. You can do it from the wall, from the floor on all fours, or here in the bed. You got nice, comfortable for your knees, and you just come like that. And you're shifting. Your elbow is soft, tight tummy, tight tummy. So even doing it in this platform with a softer mattress for your knees, this is really good work. Tight tummy, it's shifting back and forth, and I just bring my hand up, 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 okay? Then I'm gonna go to my second move. You notice I haven't brought my legs up yet. Nope, I haven't. Because I'm gonna go ahead, if I'm on the bed, I'm gonna lay down, and I'm gonna hip hinge right here. I'm just gonna lay off the edge of the bed where my hip crease is right on the end of my bed if possible. You can go over the side, put my forehead down, and then I'm gonna bring one leg up. See that? I'm gonna bend my knee. I'm gonna bring this leg up, okay? I'm gonna bend my knee gently, tight tummy, and bring the leg up, okay? So I'm working to the gluteal. I'm working all the back extensors. Take a breath, tighten the gluteal, bend your knee slightly, and bring that leg up. Keep your forehead down, bend the knee slightly, come up. Bend the knee slightly, come up. Now we're gonna start holding it. So if I'm here doing this, and let's say I'm just on the floor, I hope you've gathered by now that you would be just doing this. And you'd bring the leg up. See that? So my elbows are bent, and I'm just gonna tighten in my gluteal, bring it up. What I am not going to do on this one is rotate through the hip. So I'm gonna go up as if I was gonna put my foot on the ceiling. See that? Drop your shoulders, lift, but don't rotate the hip out. Keep your hips both heading down. Now, if you're laying on a bed, okay, and you're just hanging your legs off the bed, that's fixed pretty much for you because you have to keep those hips down. So I'm showing you from the floor. You could go from the wall or just hang your legs off the side of the bed. Keep your forehead down. Now you're not on your shoulders, but you're bending the knee and you're coming up. Okay, now we're going to start pulsing. We're going to go up, 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 up. We're going to do about 4 to 6 on one side. Regroup. Tight tummy. Put your forehead down. Here we go. Up, 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 up. So I'm showing you hanging off the edge of a couch or a bed, but you, if you're on all fours, would be doing it like this. See that? So here I would be using my shoulders a little more, but my knee is just bent a little. And what am I trying to do? I'm trying to put my foot, the bottom of my foot, I'm trying to put it up on the ceiling. When you do that, do not rotate your hip out. So do 2 or 3, 4 to 6, whichever you feel you can, with your shoulders dropped, elbows soft, bend the knee, put the foot on the ceiling. Don't rotate your hips. That's very important here. Keep your elbows soft. Put that foot on the ceiling. Foot on the ceiling. And don't do this super quick. When you bring that foot on the ceiling, say 1001 at least. See, that will slow you down. So I'm trying to show you different positions to hit certain muscles. You can do it from the floor. I'm reiterating here what I'm doing today. You can do it from the edge of a bed, like this. So the hip hinges right at the end of the bed. Drop your shoulders, keep your tummy tight. Or you could go against the wall. Keep your forehead down, drop your shoulders. Push that foot up. Don't rotate the hips. It's easier to keep the hips down when you're down on the side of the bed. Breath. And again, you're going to do about 4 to 6 lifts each one. Now I'm going to press up. And let's say you're going to go from the bed position. Okay, so you're going to go from the bed position, just like this, forehead on your hands, just like that. And you're going to do ankle circles. See that? So I'm not hurting my shoulders here. I'm doing a great movement pattern. If I were on the floor, it would look just like this. Put my forehead down, bring my toes up, and just do little circles. Little circles, little circles, little circles, little circles, little circles. Take a big deep breath. Then I'm going to push to my side, okay? To my side and roll back over. So I'm saying if you're in the floor, this is what you're doing. And you're going to go and put your foot on your chair. All right, I hope this is making sense. I'm showing you different positions. So if you're going to do it from the floor, this is your position. Here's the chair. And I'm going to take an elbow, help myself down. So I'm down on the floor. If I don't want to be in the floor, okay, and we're going to do everything from here if you're in the floor. So go ahead and engage your tummy and bring your knees in one at a time. It's very important that you do this one at a time. Your tummy is super tight, shoulders are down, okay? Keep going, keep going, keep going, just like you're in the floor. But let's say you didn't want to get out of bed. Remember, that's my theme today. Look at here. I'm just going to do like this. My feet are here, my tummy's tight. I have a little pillow under my head if I need it. I would rather your head be all the way down, and you're just going to do this. Just like you're going to push your heel down, but you keep your tummy super tight. Okay? So if you're on the floor doing this, or if you're in your bed doing this, either one is perfectly fine. Let's say that you're not in the bed, but you don't want to get in the floor. Well, you're doing this sitting in a chair. You're just leaning back, bring your legs up one at a time, and you're engaging in your stomach right now. Keeping your tummy tight, really keeping your spine in a good neutral position, even if you're laying in the bed. See this? Okay? Big, big, big breath. Now, I'm going to keep my knees just like this. I'm going to put my hands up. You probably notice this as the dead bug position. So let's pretend you're in the floor. If you're in the floor, you're going to just stay right here in the dead bug position. All right? You're going to take one leg. And when you start to push it out, your tummy goes super tight. Okay? Whether you're laying on a bed or whether you're on the floor. Now at this point, you touch that chair and then you bring her up. You touch the chair, but here's the deal. As your leg is going to touch the chair bottom, if you're laying in the floor, using a kitchen chair, the minute that you feel your back coming up, you keep your tummy tight. You don't let that back come up. And then you would ask me probably, well, how many do I do of these? You do as many as you feel you can correctly, keeping that back in a neutral position. So whether I'm in the bed or whether I'm on the floor, I am doing the same kind of a thing with my tummy, keeping it in a neutral position. And then I'm going to bring that leg in, bring the knees in, take a big deep breath, turn your neck to the side, turn your neck to the side. And by saying turn your neck, I'm meaning you're turning your whole head so that your chin is over your shoulder. Turning your whole head, your chin is over your shoulder. Now we're going to do the other leg. So I'm pretending that you didn't want to get out of bed today, okay? Which is why I'm here. So tighten in the tummy, or you didn't want to get in the floor. You wanted to do all this from the bed. Here I go with the other one. See how I brought that leg out? So I keep this here, keep this leg in. I take this one out, but as it's going straight, I tighten my tummy. I act like I'm going to touch my heel to the chair. If I'm in the floor, I'm bringing it up and down, and I'm really tightening my stomach. Breath, don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. Breath, hang on. Breath, and you can bring your hands here, or you can bring them out and just drop your shoulders. Take a big deep breath as the heel goes to the chair, or here I'm in the floor and I'm pretending there's a chair there. But as the heel drops, I increasingly tighten in my stomach, but I don't hold my breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Keep going. Keep going. I'm going to join those of you who are in the floor right now. Keep going if you're laying up there in the bed because you didn't want to get out of bed this morning. Surprise! You can do all these moves just laying in your bed. Okay, so here I am. My one knee is in. Okay, I think you're seeing me here. And you're just taking this one and you're going down and up. If you want to make it a little more challenging, you bring your leg right here. You don't rest it. But you have to keep your tummy super tight here. Okay? And we're doing this up and down rotation. It's not very far. So if you're on the floor and you want more challenge, you're going to keep your leg right here and you keep your tummy super tight, because when the heel goes to the chair and you tap it with the back of your leg there, if you notice that your spine is coming up, don't let it. Keep the tummy tight. Keep the tummy tight. Keep the tummy tight. Breath, breath, breath. And you keep it going until you're thinking, oh my goodness, I didn't know this was so hard. So once you come in, okay, point, flex the feet, take one leg and go down to the side. Keep the other leg up, okay? You want to try to rotate all the way down. Take a breath, bring it back up, careful, careful. So I'm doing this on the floor, or I can do it on the bed. I'm going to take that one knee down. I keep this leg up, rotate it out, rotate it out. Careful if you have hips replaced or tight hips, they might not go all the way to the floor. That's okay. You're still rotating your hip through that range. And I'm thinking that you're able to see me. I'm hoping so. So I'm going to come back up here. All right. So I finished my heel taps, or at the back of the leg taps. And then I just keep one leg up and then I rotate it out. Okay. Then I bring it up, take a breath, toe flex, back, and I let the one roll out there, all the way out. And then I come and I just kind of help the one. So this over here is my hip replacement. And I'm going to roll this down and try to go down there as far as I really can. But if you have arthritic hips, if you have hips replaced, you just put your hand under that leg and just gently guide it and then bring it back. So you just want to do a couple of rotations like that before you take them both. And you're going to go to the side. Now, if it's too hard for you to do this with your feet up, then put your feet down. This is a much more gentle move. And this move you should do, if you have back issues, hip issues, this move right here with your feet on the bed and rotating is just kind of a really important move to do before you get out of the bed, really. Okay, just a couple so that you give your spine, your hips, your shoulders, just kind of notice that you're not dead yet. Here we go. Just let them know you plan on getting up today. All right, see how I'm rotating, and I came right off of this kind of a position, right? So you could do that in the floor, you could do it on your bed, all right, either or. Now, for this next one, this is going to be aimed at mobility around the knee, all right? It's going to be totally mobility around the knee. If you're in the floor, grab yourself that pillow that we use a lot. I'm going to grab a pillow right here. See, it's just a plain old pillow. And let's say I just didn't want to get out of bed this morning. So you just get a pillow and you just put it under your knees like this. See that? See that? And I can lay back, preferably with your head on the bed flat. But if you have to have a little pillow under your neck, of course, put it under your neck. Okay, see that? Now watch this. If you're in the floor, you get your pillow right here in the floor. Okay? The knees are like this. So now we're going to rotate the hip. We're going to tighten in, squeeze the butt, and we're going to take one leg and we're going to push down on that pillow, and we're going to come right here, and you need to slap your leg here because you want to feel that muscle contracting. And then you're going to do a little tiny bend, and you're going to go right back. So it's a contraction, tiny bend, release, contract, right here. Those of you who have messed up your hamstring or your knee, and you need to not load it, and you don't want to get out of bed, if you're in the floor, you got your pillow under you, you're laying down flat, and you're just going to bend that knee, and you want to feel that contraction, and then you bend it, and you contract. And you, if you can, you want to put your hands flat down and put your palms up. So see, I'm just, if I have a shoulder issue, this is a perfect time to work gently in the range. See how I brought my elbows in while I'm contracting this leg? And then I just bring my elbows up and I bring my hands to the top of my head. And I keep my tummy tight. And as I do this bending and then contracting into a straight leg, you want to feel that muscle. Really feel the muscle. See that? Big breath, keep your back down. How do you do that? You tighten your tummy. So whether I'm on the bed or whether I'm in the floor, I can do some great work right here, tight in the tummy, quadricep work, range of motion with my palms up. I'm tucking my elbows right in, and then I'm going to bring my elbows up as I contract right through that leg. Take a breath. Yeah, some of you are probably saying, I wonder if Kathy's counting. I'm going to say, probably. We're trying to get 30 here, Kathy. So here's the deal. At first, you're going to feel like this is not doing much. Right about now, you should be feeling it quite a bit. Okay? Take a break. Bend that knee. Okay? Go out a little bit. Bring it up. Okay, rotate your hips down. See how I just tightened in on my tummy. Push my back down gently. Release it. Go to neutral. okay? My backs of my hands, I'm trying to get on the ground. Don't bend your wrist. Don't bend your wrist. Okay, I'm ready to bring the other leg up. So I'm doing this in the bed, but if you're not set up to be where your bed is, you're doing it in the floor, right? And if you're not set up for that, you don't want to get in the floor, you're sitting on your chair. So now I'm going to go with this leg in. Now I've switched my legs. This leg comes in, and this leg just contracts and goes straight. You can have your knee in, or you can just lay it down. It doesn't matter, whichever way you find best. You can get a big pillow under your knee, or you can get a little pillow. But if you have ever screwed up your knee or your ankle, or you have a foot problem, I'm telling you, get to where you can do 30 of these. See, I'm just resting this one here. I'm letting my shoulders and my arm just meld into that bed platform. And I'm going to go out like this, and I'm going to feel my legs. So if I were with you right now, I would be wanting to feel what is happening on this quadricep when you straighten your legs, see? Because I want it to contract pretty hard. I want to make a muscle there, all right? So I'm resting this one. I'm resting my shoulders down. I'm dropping my shoulders, tightening in my tummy. Anytime I go into a full out leg, I'm really tightening in my tummy. And I'm really making a muscle right here. So for anybody that needs to unload and then work, but keep their muscles strong, this is the kind of motion that will really help your knee function, because you're strengthening your quadricep, all right, without putting load on it. All right, we loaded pretty good on Monday with our weights, doing different kinds of squats. So before I take my legs straight, this is tight right here. See, don't do this with your belly just like jelly, okay? I know there's a joke there somewhere, but I won't go there. Okay, here we go. Breath. And what am I trying to do? I'm trying to get to where I can do 3 sets of 10. If that sounds better to you than 30, but that's what you're trying to do. Okay, tighten, make that muscle, tighten, make that muscle, breath. So you want to make that muscle, and you want to say 1,001 at least, okay? And you're trying to do repeated presses. And at the same time, you're trying to get the range of motion as a traction move. What do I mean by that? I mean that if you're in this position and you have a very tight shoulder, oh my goodness, by dropping your shoulders, bringing your elbows into your waist, and then slowly, while you're doing your leg work, move them up with the backs of your hands, the back of the elbow, I mean the side of the elbow, contacting the bed. That's a great range of motion work. Okay, just two more. Here, breath. Here, tighten and bring it down. Whew. Okay, roll out that. It might have gotten really tight on you. And that's okay. All right, take a big deep breath. Now we're going to bring that knee right back up. We're going to get that pillow right under my butt, so to speak. Got it? Perfect position. If you're in the floor, perfect position. Just bring that pillow right under your butt here. Put your heels down, and then you're going to push your hips up. Okay, you're going to tighten your butt. And again, the backs of my hands are down. All right, so whether I'm in the floor or whether I'm on my bed, because I didn't want to get out of bed today. Okay, if you don't want to get out of bed, you can still do this video. All right, tighten your butt, backs of the hands down, drop your shoulders, lift and hold. Hold. Take a breath. Really push your butt up. Okay, now come down from the top vertebrae all the way down. This is done very slowly. rotate the back a little bit, and then here we go, rotate the hip. Okay, here we go, lift, 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 lift. Lift the hips all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. So you're doing this on the floor and or you can do it on the bed. Take a big deep breath. Here we go, rotate. Here we go, push, rotate. Here we go, up, 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 up. Now, some of you are out there and you're saying, well, I'm, not in my bedroom, but I don't want to get in the floor. So I'm going to say, you should be doing this sitting in a chair. You can sit in a chair, put your heels down on the floor, and bring your hips up. This move, okay, this move, which they call back bridging or hip lifting, very important move for your back. You need to be doing this at least 2, if not 3 times in a week, okay? No problem. You can do it all before you get out of bed in the morning, okay? Take a big deep breath, rotate, rotate, rotate. You can do it while you're waking up. Here we go, here we go, here we go. See how I'm rotating, rotating, rotating. Hips come up, keep the heels down. Take a big deep breath. Start from the upper vertebrae all the way down. Keep my toes up. So I'm working my tibialis anterior muscle in the front of my shin there. Okay, now hold it up there this time. Hold it up there. Get your butt really, really, really up there. Way up. And then come back down. Okay? Take a break. Bring one leg in. Cross it over. Okay, this is my hip replace side. And it does not bother me. Now, some people, it may. But you're in the floor doing this. You're taking a little break. See, I'm going to rotate it over there. And when I rotate over, what am I going to do with my shoulders? Keep them on the floor or keep them on the bed. So if you just didn't want to get out of bed this morning, too bad. You can do this anyway, okay? Rotate over. Keep your shoulder on the ground. Okay, once you've made it down there, just let it rest for a bit. Let your back really get that motion going, all right? So I did this only twice, but I'm holding this second one. I think I did it twice. Anyway, bring it back, okay? Last one for this one. Come over, and what are you gonna do? You can keep your shoulder what? On the ground. Okay, now just let that knee rest. Let it just meld right down into either the bed or the floor, wherever you find yourself. I'm doing a lot of this on the bed, but if you're in the floor, you're doing it in the floor. Take a big deep breath, hold on to it. Release all this tension up in there. Let it just go into the bed there, okay? Take a big deep breath. Now bring it back. Okay, we're going to do 4 more hip lifts or back bridges. Again, my hands are down. I can go straight. I can bend them. I can come down if I need to, drop my shoulders, tighten in my tummy, put the heels down, push my hips, lift really up, all the way up. And you're on your shoulders and your heels, basically. And it's really easy to get your shoulders way up. Try not to do that. Try to drop your shoulders. Here we go again. This is 2. We're going to do 2 more after this one. Lift the hips. Come on, push into the heels. You can do it. Push into the heels. Breath, 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 breath. So see, I'm doing this as really working. If you're not wanting to get out of bed, you're not going to work that hard at it. But you know what? If you just push into your heels and you just rotate and squeeze your butt tight and lift your hips just a little bit, your back's going to be better off for it, okay? So if you're going to make exercise really work for you, you've got to be able to do not exercise, but you got to be able to talk yourself into just moving. That's all I want you to do. If you have a day that you just don't feel like getting out of bed, I want to show you some simple things that you can do from your bed that will help you feel better. It will help your back. It will help your frame of mind. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, hips up, Here we go. Holding it there, holding it there, holding it there, holding it there, holding it there. Take a big deep breath, big deep breath, and come back down. Yay. All right. Bring one leg up and go straight up with it. Okay. Now, some of you might be out there saying, well, I can't go straight up with my foot. Then come up as far as you can. If this is stretching back here, which is the hamstring group, if that's really stretching, at least keep your knee over your belly button. That's what I look for, okay? And then if you can go straight on up with your leg, then do. But don't make your leg straight if you're out here on this one. I want to bring that knee so that it's over the belly button. Then I'm going to go for the straightness. You got it? Okay, once I've done that, I'm going to point, flex, and now I'm going to draw a line right down like the wall. See that? With my heel. Then I'm going to bend my knee, bring it in. Get that straightness going again. And then I'm going to pull that toe down, and I'm going to draw that line all the way down. See that? And I'm going to hold it there for a second. Now, if you want to make this whole thing a little harder, let's say you're on the floor and you're really wanting to work this morning. You bring one leg up, you draw that line, and right here it's crucial. Do not let your back come off the ground. You're really working your tummy. And then you bend the knee. Come in, point, flex, bring that leg up. Okay, tighten the tummy, and you're drawing the line right down the wall, and then you bring it in, and you come up, and so you might say, well, how many do I do of these? And I'm going to say, as many as you can. Drop your shoulders. Okay, tighten your tummy as your leg, straight leg is coming down. Tighten your tummy, tighten your tummy, tighten your tummy. Go as low as you feel you can. The minute you feel your back coming up, you need to stop and bring that knee in. Okay, point flex if you're getting tight here in the front of the tibialis right here. Okay, I'm going to do 3 more here on this leg. Here we go. So I'm really working through this with you. I'm not just saying do this, do that when you have a chance. We're doing it right now. Here we go. Heel, draw, tight tummy, tight tummy, tight tummy, tight tummy. Bring it back in. And we got one more. Here we go. Draw with that heel. Drop your shoulders. Tighten your tummy, tighten your tummy, tighten your tummy. And then come back in. This is the last one on this one. Here we go. Dorsiflexion. Heel, 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 heel. Bring it back in. Okay? Take a big deep breath. Put your feet back down. All right? So how we started this is this way. Here's our pillow. I'm doing it in the bed because I'm pretending I didn't want to get out of bed in the morning. Or I don't want to get on the floor. I'm doing it on the bed. Turn your camera off. Have at it. Okay? Here we go. Other leg going to come in. So on this one, I keep my shoulders tucked down. All right? And getting ready. I'm going to go point flex with my foot. So this is a very good thing to do. Anybody with plantar fasciitis, this point flex thing, you need to do before you get out of bed in the morning. And you need to do it about 100 times at least. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go straight-legged right here, if I can. But what am I looking for? I don't care if you're in the floor doing this or if you're in the bed. You do not let your knee come away from your belly button. See that? I don't want to get a straight leg down here. I want the straight leg to go here and then start the drawing. So if I have to do it here, that's fine. See that? And go straight. See that? That's fine. Some of you are too tight back here to be able to go from here. So what you do is you bend your knee, keep it over the belly button, the knee, open the hip, see, and then extend it. See that modification? That's a very important modification for some of you. Bend that knee in, So you go from here, you go straight if possible, point flex, then draw that line on the wall with your heel as it's going down straight. You should feel increasing tension right here. So I'm doing these moves very carefully for people who might have problems with their back, might have problems with their knee. Now, if I'm going to make this harder, whether I'm on the floor or whether I'm in the bed, I'm going to bring this leg here. Now I'm going to go straight. I'm going to keep this leg here, and as this is coming down now, this leg, I'm drawing the line. I'm going to really tighten my tummy right here so that it doesn't let my back come off the ground. And then I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to do it again. Take a breath. If it's too hard with my foot up, well, of course, I'll just put my other leg over the pillow like normal. But I want to do it just a little harder for me. Take a breath. Here we go. Heel, press, draw that line. Tight tummy, tight tummy, tight tummy, tight tummy, tight tummy, and bring it back in. Okay? So the modification is you could do this on the floor. You could do this sitting on a chair. This whole thing you could do on a chair. Take a breath, bring it back in. Point flex, bring it up. If that's all you can go right there, then open at the hip, make it go down, and then straighten your leg there. But start with it over the belly button. And then you're going to keep trying to get that range of motion. Breath, 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 the whole way down. And if you do this very methodically, and you get to where you can do possibly 2 sets of 10 at least. See how I'm just drawing on the wall, drawing, holding it. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. Bring the knee in, okay? We're going to do 4 more. 4 more on this one, okay? I hope Kathy's counting. 4 more, I promise. Right here, bring that knee in, take a breath. Again, if it's too much, you put that leg down, the opposite leg down. That's your little anchor there. Okay, are you ready? So you can do this from the floor, or, as I've said, this workout is going to say mobility training if you don't want to get out of bed. Breath, heel, 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 breath, 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 breath. Bring it back in. Okay, I think this is the last one. Sorry. I lose track. Okay, just hold it down there, hold it down there, hold it down there. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. Put that foot down. Nice. Okay, at this point, you're in the floor, or you're sitting in a chair, or you didn't want to get out of bed this morning. Take one leg, hold on to it. Take the other leg, and just let it drop down until you feel a stretch right through the groin. You put your hand right there, you just press a little gently. Drop your shoulders, take a breath now, release. Some of you are going to do this, you're going to hang on to it. I'm telling you, let it hold here and just let it go, okay? So that you feel a gentle stretch through the groin, the adductor muscles right here. Okay, just press, take a big breath, release. It's going to take a few seconds. Just release it. Keep this knee here. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath, and then bring it back. So some of you are on the floor, some of you are sitting on a chair. That's okay. So keep this one here. Take the other leg, let it just drop all the way open as far as you feel you can. Okay, so this one is my hip replace side. So I'm just putting my hand there and letting it on my knee and just letting it open. It's not going to feel the same, but you're giving that hip that range of motion gently, all right? This is a very important move to do. A lot of people, and you'll see this published everywhere, and they'll open their legs out like a little butterfly. That's too hard. That's too much for people with certain back or hip issues, okay? Do it one at a time. Your joints will be much happier if you'll do that. One at a time. And you're just going to let it hang out there for a minute until you let go, release those muscles. Then bring it back up. Okay, we're almost done with this segment. Get ready because we're going to do some stuff laying down in just a second. But right now I'm going to take my leg and I'm going to cross my ankle. See this? My ankle is crossed over on top of my knee there. See that? Okay. You do this if you're in the floor. You can do it sitting in a chair. But now I'm going to reach under here and I'm going to grab this leg and just pull this leg into me. See this? So I'm pulling this leg in, and this knee that's coming close to my shoulder, whoa, right through here. You should feel a huge stretch right through here, right up into the iliopsoas. Stretch right there. Yeah, iliotibial band and all the way into the psoas muscle. Okay, so you're just pulling that knee in and then just point and flex with the knee being pulled to the shoulder. Here's where you feel it, right here. So for many of you, the wave move, I'll do it in a minute, into this move could help you so much. So you're just pulling that in there, just hang on, point flex, point flex, point flex, just 5 more seconds. Hang out there for just a few minutes. I mean seconds, few seconds. Breath, 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 breath. Point flex, it should be easing off of the terrible stretch, not terrible, the good stretch, but you feel it, okay? Now I'm going to release this leg and bring this down and bring this down. Oh, take a breath. Yeah, are you ready? Other leg, here we go. So I'm crossing my ankle over the leg. See, here's my pillow right here. And if all I can do is take this pillow and just put my foot on the pillow, you might be getting all the stretch you can handle. But for those of us who can move a little more, we're going to bring this knee in while the ankle is on the knee, and we're going to pull this knee toward our shoulder. You got it? So I'm taking the time to really show you this move because, in fact, if you can do this from your bed, well, you're going to benefit from it just by doing this, hanging out here for a little bit. You got to hang on, bring that knee in, and keep the ankle over the knee, and you're bringing the knee into the shoulder, and then you point flex. And all kinds of stuff will be moving around when you do the point flex, and you can go a little crossover or a little back toward your arm. See that little crossover? You're keeping the knee in, back toward the arm, and you're feeling this huge stretch through the iliotibial stretch on the outside underneath of that leg. Okay, take a breath, just about 5 more seconds. Hang on, point stretch, bring the knee to the shoulder, pull it in, point stretch, point stretch, point stretch, point stretch, point stretch. Take a big breath, release, bring those knees in here just like that. Just like that. You bring the knees into the chest, and then you're just going to tighten in your tummy, and you're going to bring your shoulders up. You notice if I'm in the bed or on the floor, I'm not going to tell you to bring your nose to your knee. No, no, no. I'm going to tell you to tighten in on your tummy. I'm going to tell you to drop your shoulders. I'm going to tell you to pull with your tummy and bring your shoulders just off the ground. Your ear stays over your shoulder. You don't drop your head. And then you hold it for just a few seconds. Point flex again. Point flex. That's your mobility. Do circles with your ankles. Circles with your ankles. Are you ready? Drop your shoulders first. Bring your knees in. Take a breath. And here we go. Pull your shoulders up and hold it up there. And hang on, and you're trying to get to where you can hold it about 5 to 10 seconds, and then you just meld right back down. Take a big deep breath. Big deep breath, big deep digital palm. Do 3 of these, just three. Here we go. Pull your shoulders down, pull your knees in. Here we go. Tighten your tummy. Bring your shoulders off the ground, not your head, not your nose to your knees. I don't want that move. I want to really work through the neck and the abdominal core, okay? Now, here's the wave I was talking about. See, I just go to the side, and I go to the side. If that's too hard, if in fact you don't want to get out of bed today, then you might not want to bring your feet off the ground for this one, okay? My palms are up, and I'm just going to rotate, okay? I'm going to turn my head opposite way, turn my head opposite way of my knees. I just want to rotate all those joints. And this wave motion with some of those other moves I just showed you, wow. And you got your stomach going, you got your back going. And now I'm just going to roll right out of my little Betty Bye. See that? And you just roll right out of it. And you're ready to come over here and you get out of your little bed, or you get up off the floor. So you're sitting in the floor. You're going to roll and you're going to just come up just like that. See that? Good job. So this is a workout if you didn't want to get out of bed. I'm going to go ahead and